Hey everyone, welcome back to Test with Ayush, your go to place for mastering software testing. Today, we are discussing one of the most fundamental topics in QA and most asked QA interview questions, the 7 testing principles. These are like the golden rules that shape how we approach software testing. Let's dive right in. Principle 1: Testing shows the presence, not the absence of defects. So, testing can prove that defects exist, but it cannot guarantee that no defects are remaining. Even if your tests pass, there could still be hidden defects and issues that haven't been triggered yet. For example, you can think about a doctor running tests on a patient. Even if all reports come back normal, just does that mean that the patient is 100% healthy? Not necessarily. Similarly, in software, just because we didn't find bugs, that does not mean that they do not exist. Principle number 2: Exhaustive testing is impossible. Testing every possible scenario, every input field, every button click, every operating system and browser combination is impossible. Instead, we prioritize and focus on high risk areas. Imagine testing a simple login page. If you consider all the possible username and password combinations, device types, and network conditions, the number of test cases would be in the millions. Instead of testing everything, we apply risk based testing to test what truly matters. Principle 3: Early testing saves time and money. The earlier we detect the defects in the development cycle, the cheaper and easier they are to fix. If bugs are found late, they can cause major rework and delays. For example, imagine a small crack in the building's foundation. If caught early, this can be fixed easily, but if ignored, the whole building could collapse. In software, if we catch the defects during requirements or design, they don't spread into development and testing. Principle number 4: Defects cluster together. Most defects are found in a few key areas of the application. This follows the Pareto principle or the 80-20 rule, which states that 20% of the code often contains 80% of the defects. Think about traffic in a city. The few roads have always the worst traffic jams, while others remain empty. Similarly, certain modules in an application tend to have more defects. This is why testers focus extra effort on these high-risk areas. Principle number 5: Test wear out. Running the same tests repeatedly makes them less effective at finding new bugs. Test cases need to be updated over time. Imagine watching your favorite movie for the 100th time. At some point, you stop noticing minor details. Similarly, if we keep running the same tests without changes, we might miss a new bug. So that is why we refine test cases and introduce new ones over time. Principle number 6: Testing is context dependent. Testing isn't one size fits all approach. This approach depends on the application type, industry, and the risks involved. So, would you test a banking app the same way you test a video game? Definitely not. Banking app requires extreme accuracy and security testing, while games would focus more on performance testing and user experience. Principle number 7: The absence of defects fallacy. So, a bug-free product does not guarantee success. Even if testing finds no defects or testing finds and fixes all the defects, software might still fail to meet the user expectations. For example, imagine launching a car that passes all safety tests, but it is still uncomfortable to drive. Would people buy it? Probably not. Similarly, software should not only be bug-free but also be usable, valuable, and aligned with business goals. That is why validation is just as important as verification. And that is a wrap on the 7 testing concepts. These guidelines help us test smarter, not harder. Which of these principles do you use the most? Let me know in the comments. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more awesome testing content. See you in the next video.